What's going on, everyone? As the year officially comes to a close, in today's episode, Zach and I look at the past year, 2025, in review. The things that each of us set out to accomplish, that we did accomplish, and also looking ahead into the new year at what our plans are, what our future goals are, and what we're looking to accomplish in the year ahead. Before we dive in, if you find yourself enjoying the episode, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps us out. Okay, let's get into it.
Christmas is coming right around the corner. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Awesome. What's the plans? Anything big?
I'll be at my mom's.
Mm-hmm.
My brother and sister-in-law will be there.
Nice.
And we'll do the same old thing. Like, we'll have breakfast at my grandparents'.
Mm-hmm.
We're still doing that.
Nice.
We'll have a little New Year's, Christmas Eve get together at my aunt and uncle's with that kind of side of the family. And yeah, we'll kind of chill. I am going to be like in the middle of moving at the same time. So I'm going to be thinking about that and being in prep at the same time too. But the goal for me is to kind of just allow my mind to relax over at least several days around Christmas and not think too much about the move and not think too much about prep. Just like think about chilling with family. Like, it's always special when my brother and sister-in-law are in town. So I want to kind of reserve all my mental faculties for them being around. It's also my mom's birthday on the 29th. So yeah, a lot going on. Moving, prep, Christmas, mom's birthday, New Year's Eve. But it'll be good. It'll be good.
Yeah.
What about you? Are you excited?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. My parents came up this last weekend, so not doing anything with family for Christmas or New Year's. And so sometimes that's a little bit more relaxing because like hosting or traveling. But we are gonna be hosting a Christmas Day brunch. Some coworkers, some neighbors are gonna come over. It's gonna be good. But also like my wife will be making an awesome spread of stuff that I won't be able to eat. So that'll be unfortunate, but it'll be good. Me and her are playing at a Christmas Eve service. She plays the flute, so we're gonna do a little. It's like a small ensemble, so we're playing some music, so that's good. And then I think we're gonna have a New Year's Eve party at our house. So a lot of stuff that we're doing, but not really traveling. So I feel like it's not gonna be stressful. Work kind of takes like a hiatus for 2 weeks. I had to go in a couple of days, but kind of the same point. I'm going to use it as like a deload in the stress, because really hit January hard, stuff like that. So looking forward to the holidays. I'm going to stick on to the diet plan. So I'm not going to make any mistakes like I did last year. No Christmas cookies this year for me. But my wife made a whole bunch. I brought them into work. And someone saw me come in with like 4 boxes of Christmas cookies. And they're like, they all know I'm prepping. And they're like, what are you doing? I was like, no, these are not for me. These are for everyone else. But if you need to know, this one has this many calories. This one has this many. Because my wife actually gave me the calories per cookie in case I did want to eat them, so I can track them.
Wow, that is meticulous.
Yeah, it's like this one's 90, this one's 120, this one's 114, this one's like, and I'm like, okay, good.
You should have just said, hey, you should have just told them you were doing like a super early carb load.
Yeah,
like actually, they all are for me. I'm just getting ready early. That's all.
I know, right? Yeah. But yeah, no, looking forward to it. So with that being said, so Christmas means the end of the year, 2025. Kind of one of the things. This will be our last episode of 2025, and just trying to think back, kind of like a year in review. I just got my year in review from YouTube, and it told me all the different videos I watched and stuff like that. So just kind of that's what sparked my thought. Maybe us looking at our years in review. On our fitness journeys or anything else, our businesses, work, life, stuff like that. So with that, just kind of like, what are your major thoughts when, someone says, hey, 2025, how'd it go? Big accomplishments, big failures, lessons learned. Where are we at? What's Sam's 2025?
Well, that's funny. My I seem like I don't have a lot of super eventful years, like, within my history, at least within the last, like, 7 to 8 years. It's not been a lot of actually, is that true? There have been some eventful years. I'll just say the last several years have not been super eventful. I'm more of a, like, slow burn kind of a
Mhm,
lifestyle and progression with life, fitness, business, and everything. So, the past year has kind of followed that pattern, which is it's just
mhm,
been kind of like a slow burn. So with fitness, it's been same old thing, just
mhm.
training, same amount per week. I started my prep about what would have been January or June, so about halfway through the year.
Yep.
It's 6 months of the year, halfway. So started the prep halfway. Before that, it's ongoing lean
Enjoying
bulk.
life, eating
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Follow the thing is between starting prep and being in my, like, off season, my improvement season,
Mhm.
it's like I follow a meal plan either way. It's just
Yeah.
before starting prep, there just happens to be more calories in that meal plan. So, there wasn't even a huge change going from the off season into, like, the pre-prep diet or my prep. There's just not a huge change. It just shaved off a few extra calories, and it wasn't a huge lifestyle change. Some things changed with my training, but
Yeah.
overall I wish I had more eventful things to report,
Mhm.
but that's the big one is, like, I went from my off season into my prep, and I have been slowly progressing ever since. It has been a pretty straightforward progression as far as prepping goes. I'm
Yeah.
about 24 pounds down since starting
That's
now.
awesome.
But yeah, slow burn.
Yeah.
Anything outside of that, I mean, I'm moving. I mentioned that.
Yeah, I was about to say you're gonna have a big change on
Right at
the
the end.
end of the year.
That's a big one. So I guess year
Mhm,
in review, like we're coming right up to the end of the year. I got a big move coming up, pretty big move. And that'll be a big life change. It's not going to be very far from here, but I mean, any kind of a move is usually pretty big. So I'll be
mhm,
training at a different gym, which I haven't decided which one I'll be at yet. But
mhm.
what else? Geez Louise. As far as like business work, that's been
Mhm.
same old process. As far as geez Louise, I think that I mean, like, that's it.
Yeah,
And working out.
there you go.
What
Hey,
about
working out. That's awesome.
yeah, what about you? What's your year in review looked like?
Man, so when you were saying it, I was trying to think. I feel like a lot. I am the opposite. I'm a quick burn. Um, but I was thinking, I was like, man, nothing crazy really has happened. And then I was like, no. Let me actually break this down. There's probably been a lot of crazy that's happened. Um, so specifically fitness, 2025, I made my debut on the bodybuilding stage all the way back in March. Absolutely dominated. Where are my medals? And there we go over there. No, so um, I would say that's probably the first big thing that I did. I don't know what I did in January, February. Hating my life, starving myself to catch up with all the Christmas problems I made the year before. 2024 I made a lot of bad decisions in Christmas for food. Um, so that was the biggest first thing with fitness. It was super cool. Never done anything like it before. I always told myself, we joked about this. I was gonna do one show, and immediately after, when I got second, my wife was like, "Oh no!" Like, it was so funny. I remember I had a pretty decent group of friends out there. I walk outside, and like one of the first things I said, I was like, "I have to do it again," and everyone just started laughing because they were like, "Oh, your wife said that like you were gonna say that because the worst thing that could have happened, or the best thing, however you want to look at it, is you came in second. Because if you would have gotten destroyed, you would have been like, "Yep, not for me." If I would have won, then I'm like too cocky, and I would be like, "Oh, I got it." So I was like, "Darn." So that happened, and then I did not reverse diet the way I should have. It wasn't bad, but you know, I started training more for strength and just kind of lifting. I wanted to hit the 1,000 pound club, which everyone said it's pathetic that I couldn't hit it at that point already. So I had to make sure I worked on my squat and deadlift. Because my bench somehow was comparably high compared to my other lifts. Um, so hit the 1,000 pound club finally. Um, and during during that, I did that impromptu powerlifting thing. It wasn't an official one, but it was like a fun thing at the gym. So that was kind of cool to do that. I was in like a little bit of a lull with the training, just lifting heavy before I started the marathon prep. And yeah, so did that, put on like 20 something pounds, which I felt like was too much. And then I started marathon prep, started running. I PR'd in a half marathon in my prep for it, almost sub 130, 130 in 14 seconds, unfortunately. And then, yeah, ran the Marine Corps Marathon. It was the 50th running of it for the 250th birthday. So it was super cool, 30,000 people, and crushed my PR there as well by 11 minutes. So 3:14, I think, or whatever it was I ran. So that was awesome. It's fast. It honestly, like after, again, the dopamine afterwards made me think, it's kind of like the same thing with the bodybuilding thing. It's like, should I train for a sub 3 hour marathon? Like, that thought is out there because do I have that capability to do it? Because 14 minutes is a lot for that. So crush that fitness aspect of it. And then, of course, no break for me. Sign up right back for the bodybuilding prep. And that's where we were at with this journey on the fitness. So a pretty dynamic year, I guess. I basically did my first bodybuilding and my second marathon and improved. I'm planning on improving for the bodybuilding. And we'll see what I'm doing. I did not sign up for next year's marathon because I have other goals. So we will see. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, so that was the fitness side of thing. I think no big family stuff. We didn't move or anything this year. Nothing crazy. Work stuff was a freaking roller coaster. Like I was trying to think about that, man. How much time has gone by? Like I got a new boss in the summer, so that's been a big transition and figuring things out. Like I would say, I mean, I was they call him the faculty advisor for my first class. So I had 30 some students like that I was in charge of. So I had that whole thing, which during that time I was like PTing with them and like mentoring them and leading them. So that was like that. It actually worked out perfect because that was in between the bodybuilding prep and the marathon prep. So I was able to dedicate a lot of time with them. I'd get up in the mornings and PT with them and all this sort of stuff. So I did that. Went through some negatives at work. Some improvement phases for myself, I guess you could say. Opportunities for me to improve. Did not get the promotion that I wanted. So, you get like wins and losses and you just learn from them and you continue to crush it and move forward and stuff. So that's kind of where the work stuff is at. And then, the big thing is we started doing the podcast. So like, that's a huge thing.
Could have mentioned that one. Yeah.
I'm just saving the best for last. So we started the podcast and I started working with another, an awesome trainer, again, that I worked with in the past. So, yeah, that's kind of my year in review.
I like that. Well, I like the whole thing, but I love the last part, especially. That's crazy though, man. I mean, so you started with the bodybuilding show, first one. Mm-hmm. Reached the 1,000-pound club, did a little mini powerlifting comp, did the marathon, crushed it. So the whole prep, and then you crushed the marathon. Then, I mean, there's a full year of work stuff in the mix of all that, ups and downs with that. And then here you are getting deeper into the next prep. We started our podcast. You and I started working together again. Jeez Louise. Yeah, your year sounds a lot more interesting. although we got some karaoke, we have some crossovers. Like you started working with a trainer. I started working with a client. So like, we have that, and we started.
That's true. And like the best client.
The podcast.
That is true. I was thinking about that, man, when I was thinking about it was more like the marathon was like, okay, same day as I forgot I started playing trumpet again, more. I started playing a ton of trumpet.
Another one on the list.
Yeah, just add that to it, joined a couple bands, played some gigs. But Yeah, like the marathon, obviously was the same month every year. So it's like I kind of know when that is. So obviously that felt like a long time apart from each other. But this bodybuilding, when I was thinking of the next show coming up in February, I was like, man, that is less than a year. Like it is less than a year apart. And then it really made me start thinking like how much have I progressed or grown. And then when you start looking at all the stuff I've done in between, I was like, okay, I've still done a lot of freaking fitness stuff. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah, your body experienced a lot of mechanical tension. There's some muscle growth in there.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah,
So, but I have to be. I'm stronger. There's no way. Like those two things, I mean, are kind of tied. I mean, my technique,
they're very
we didn't
tight.
talk about how my technique is awesome now when I choose
Yeah.
for it to be.
Training technique, train
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
selective
Yeah.
timing.
It's like selective hearing, when
Exactly.
your wife or your,
You
whatever does listens to you.
you do it when you want to. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
So so that's a lot. There's a lot that's happened in the year. And then so looking forward,
Mhm.
bodybuilding show for you is February 14th. How are you feeling about that at this point?
So it's funny, right, man? I think we've talked a lot about the episodes. So if you haven't checked out all the episodes, go watch all of them right now. But we've talked about uh like I don't want to say like body dysmorphia, but like the vanity with it, the confidence issues, the mental side of things, and how it's interesting. I know we talked about in the past what's harder, like the bodybuilding and the marathon, kind of giving my thoughts on that. But like so it's like we talked about I'm trying to make sure I articulate this clearly. We talked about like trusting the process. And there's times in the marathon prep that I felt like I wasn't where I needed to be and I wasn't like making the progress that I was the year before. But then when it came to game day, everything I was doing worked out. And I almost feel like it's the same. And I'm trying to not put the cart ahead of the horse and think I'm going to crush it or anything like that. But it's like there's times where I'm like plateauing, or maybe I'm not where I want to be, or if I'm looking at the numbers from last year to this year, I'm heavier now than I was last year at this time or whatever. But then it's like, then I get these little wins, right? It's like, okay, the process is working. The process is working. I'm getting a drop. I'm feeling better. I'm staying more full. I'm resisting temptations that I had done in the past. So I think it's going way better. I would say like last year was like I think I gave myself like a C or something when we talked in like January or whatever. I think I'm at like an A, A minus right now, like where I'm at with everything. So a huge improvement, and I'm hoping that it pays off. Like at the end of the day, all you can compare it against is yourself. Obviously, I want to get the dubs, but there was recently I was around some other fitness guys, some bodybuilders, and I felt very confident um with how I looked to how they looked. So
Change
and
your
even
perspective.
yeah, even little things. It was funny today. This is probably not normal in normal workplaces, but it was like 6 o'clock. I'm leaving the office. I had two of the other guys in my office talking. I was like, yo, guys, I got to change. Like, do y'all care? And they're like, no. So, right. So I take my shirt off, about to put my other shirt on. And they're like, oh, dang. And of course, I gave them a little flex. And they're like, oh, stop. You know what I mean? I was like, well, there you go.
They're like, "I've
So
never seen a real bodybuilder before. Wow."
yeah, I know, right? They're like,
And
oh,
you're like, "Hey, that's $10.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Cha
exactly.
charging you for this."
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling good for it. Right around the corner. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it and hopefully win.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I know what you mean, though. It's like you can be in the thick of things and start second guessing yourself. It's like you get
Mhm.
kinda getting these points. I find this, like, there's points in the week sometimes sometimes it can go on for weeks where it's
Yeah.
like you're almost in this, like, mental no man's land where it's like, you're X amount of weeks away from the show, you're months away from the show, and it's like, "I don't know. I know I'm not stage ready,
Yeah.
but am I where I should be this far out?" And
Mhm.
that's where some of this second guessing can come from. But then, like you mentioned, you can have these like little life rafts kind of like
Yeah.
someone's like, "Hey, you're looking really good." And you're like, "Oh, shoot, good. That's good. That's a
Yeah,
relief."
yeah, yeah.
A little boost in motivation, I suppose. Or like, um, you start noticing differences in the mirror that become more
Mhm.
profound, or like you see the weight drop all of a sudden, you're like, okay, good. Like I am losing
Yeah.
body fat still. Like I get those kind of moments too. That's actually one of the reasons why one of my main goals, because I mentioned this before too. Like I'm a worrier.
Mhm.
That's one of my um works in progress.
Yeah.
Like one of the traits that I consider to be a work in progress, trying to overcome that, is worrying and anxiety. And that's one of the reasons why one of my personal prep goals is to like stay
Mhm.
in the moment, like focus on just like, okay, this is where I'm at today, and try not to think too far ahead.
Yeah.
That's one of the exact reasons why that's one of my personal goals. But I get that. That's for
Yeah.
sure. That's one of the
Yeah.
challenges with the whole bodybuilding thing, is like, they're X number of weeks and months long, and you kinda
Mhm.
have to trust, like,
Yeah.
you started by talking about trusting the process. It's like, well, you got no choice. You gotta trust the process, or
Yeah.
your head will fall off your shoulders.
Which, for me, I think the biggest thing is I'm glad I'm learning from my experiences. Because I am a procrastinator. I like to just send it. But both the marathon and bodybuilding are things you cannot procrastinate on. You have to plan and you have to prep. Um, so it's teaching me stuff that is against my natural state, which is good. So, but yeah, man. And your show is May.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm honestly, how am I feeling? Oh, man, how do I answer that without going on
Right?
some strange digression? What am I feeling? It's a hard question to answer. I'm feeling I'm feeling a mix of
Okay.
emotions and feelings, I suppose. I'm feeling excited, of course, because I'm excited about the prospect of performing and showing up better than I ever have before. So that's
Mhm.
exciting. I feel uneasy
Mhm.
because I know I've got periods where it's gonna suck for a while, where my calories are gonna get low eventually within the next 4.5 or so months. And I know it's energy levels are gonna drop and it's gonna be tough. So I feel a bit of uneasiness anticipating those feelings. So
Mhm.
I'd be lying if I didn't say that. But the good news is and you brought this up, comparing to my past preps. So it's my fifth prep. Been through it 4 times prior. So I know I can get through those tough patches, but even so, it's like I know it's gonna suck. So I'm just getting ready
Mhm.
to embrace the suck. That's what we
Yep.
do.
Yep.
You gotta embrace the suck. Get ready for it. So I feel a little uneasy.
Mhm.
I'm also excited. I am I'm trying to I'm trying to become better holistically throughout the prep. Like a lot of my goals, this prep versus past preps, are less about external outcomes like winning. I
Mhm.
wanna win too. Like I would be lying if I said didn't care. I do wanna
Yeah.
win for sure, but I'm trying not to make it the sole goal, or to attach myself to it. Like I'm trying to
Yeah.
stay detached from the prospect of winning or losing. And some of my main goals are more related to like growing holistically, mentally, and
Mhm.
becoming more virtuous. Like that's something that I'm really fascinated with, and I think that's something that's might be the most worthwhile part of the whole prep, is becoming like
Yeah.
more skilled at things like, so temperance, being able to take food into moderation, being able to resist hunger, being able to say
Mhm.
to no to my desires, which is eating more primarily. Um, there's a virtue called mortification. Have you heard that before?
Uh-uh.
That's basically what embracing the suck is. It's like
Okay.
being open to experiencing suffering. It's like your ability to suffer, basically.
Mhm.
So if you become more developed in that virtue, then suffering becomes more bearable, I suppose. Like, you're
Yeah.
still suffering, but, like, you're more open to it, and it's not as you don't there's not as much resistance, I suppose.
Mhm.
But yeah, I wanna get more in that sense, like, I wanna develop in, like, virtue
Yeah.
and becoming more skilled holistically and becoming, like, a more developed human being from the prep itself. I think those are some of the most important goals that I have that I'm excited about. So we're talking
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
how I'm feeling about things. I'm excited about that. It's funny because you don't always know, like, you get to the end of the prep and it's like, for me, I'm thinking like, okay, so if I grow in these virtues, like how is that gonna look different? And I have no idea. Like, how is life
Yeah.
gonna be different? And I don't know. Like, I'm gonna feel different. I don't
Yeah.
but
It's almost like you realize it after the fact. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's
But
awesome.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What other, kind of do you have any other goals for the year? Any other fitness goals or in general? I don't know if you like I can't remember if we've talked about this. I think we have. But like, I don't know if you're a New Year's resolution kind of person, but do you have any major New Year's resolutions or at least kind of big goals?
I'm gonna ask you the same question after I give my response, but and 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 I'll lead into my answer saying I think you've mentioned that like you are a big New Year's resolutioner, right? Like
Mhm.
you love the New Year's goals.
Yep.
I'm actually I've never been really. You and I are
Mm.
different in that sense. It's always been like just we're just going on to the next day.
Yeah.
So I think as far as like my goals go, I'll probably my big goal for the new year is gonna be the prep itself, getting through the prep, doing the show or shows, doing the season. That's what I've mostly got my mind focused on, but then there'll be other things like making some changes with my online coaching business.
Mhm.
Maybe building that a little bit more will be one of the things that'll be up on the docket as well. And, outside of that, it'll just be like slowly but surely get better at lifting weights. Once I'm done
Yeah.
the prep, it'll be like, well, I'm in my improvement season, and then I'll start thinking about when the next season will be probably like 3 years later. And
Yeah.
I'll start I'll start training. I'm not that I'm not training hard now, but
Yeah.
I'll shift gears to my improvement season and, focus on building more muscle for the next one. So I
Mhm.
I'm like really just like a slow burn kind of like forever
We talk about
process.
like short, medium, long-term goals. You're like long,
Yeah.
long ways away, a long, long time ago, right? Like goals. So,
Grandpa style. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm tortoise for sure. But what about
Nice.
you?
Yeah.
So because you're 2025, crazy, so much stuff. What's in
Yes.
store? Oh, here we go. What's in store for 2026 for you?
Oh man. So I will be honest. I haven't put a lot of collective thought yet into any of this. So this is
Oh
off the
man.
cuff. So I am a big New Year's resolution person. We will get back to that. But I think goals, first one, win the pro card. I'm all in it to win it. If I don't, that's okay. I will then probably stay in peak awesomeness and try to win a show in March. There's one nearby in March right after that. So I'm not signed up or anything like that for it right now. Obviously I'm like cheap as well and I don't want to waste money if I don't have to. But I actually don't even know how that works. If you sign up for multiple, then like do they refund you? I don't know. But like I'll just cross that bridge when it gets there. Don't want to wish for that bad juju. So my plan is like in that short term is like do a show in February, March, right? Get the pro card from one of them or whatever, hopefully. And then take a little break. I'm going to visit a friend in Chicago in April. I think it's in April. Maybe it's end of March. I don't know. So enjoy a mini vacation. There's also this thing they have at the this is like a how I did like the 1,000 pound club for fun. This is another little one of those things. They have the fittest instructor thing, and that goes sometime in April May. So I'm thinking after the show when I'm just kind of chilling, I might prep just for that to give me something like a short term goal to go do and hopefully win that. It's a whole bunch of different things: functional fitness, running, lifting, like all sorts of stuff. And then this other guy won it last year, and I think I'm stronger, faster than him. he's got something like he's got the old man strength though. He's got some grit to him. But that's gonna be like a mini goal, like in some fitness stuff to just keep me tied over. And then so I didn't sign up for the marathon, and that's kind of breaking from my last 2 years of cycle. And the reason why is because I want to get the pro card and then compete in a pro show. And the pro show that I would compete in would be the Yorton Cup, where I would get absolutely destroyed. That's totally okay. I was actually thinking, I was comparing that to if I qualified for the Boston Marathon, which I would have to do a lot of work to qualify for the Boston Marathon. I think you have to run like a 3:05, but it's actually like a 2:57 or something because so many people qualify. And I was thinking about it, I was like, man, it'd be so cool to qualify for the Boston Marathon. And then I would go and run it. And I don't know how cool it'd be when I'm like barely keeping up, right? Because if I barely qualify, that means I'm in the back, you know? But it would almost just be like that thing where, oh, you're just doing it. So I feel like that's what any pro show will be like with me. So, but that's totally okay. Because I think that'd be just like a cool experience. And then, so if that can happen this next year, that would be, I think, be an epic year when it comes to that. It'd be like a full year focusing on lifting and not necessarily the running getting in the way. And then I've kind of thought maybe after that I could start transitioning some more endurance kind of stuff and refocus on that and attack that. But who knows, right? Like maybe I'll just become awesome. But so that's kind of like the fitness goals. Not as detailed out as before. And then, so going back to New Year's resolutions, I was thinking about this while I was asking you the question. And I am a big New Year's resolutioner, but maybe the difference is, and I think why maybe you're not, is like the New Year's resolution was the catalyst for my transformation. Right. So like when I first lost all the weight, it happened on the New Year's. Right. So like I started on January 1st and I stuck with it and it completely changed my life. So I
Hmm.
think that's maybe why I am like I have a certain love for it because I can see the strength of it if used correctly. Because I also gave up drinking in a New Year's resolution, right? Like, and so this January will be 2 years without any alcohol, which is almost the biggest accomplishment of all that. If people, not that I was like a problem or anything, but definitely made a lot of bad decisions with alcohol. So I think there's that. But when I was thinking about New Year's resolutions, my early 2 years, those first 2 years of New Year's resolutions were like lose X amount of pounds, like don't drink for X amount of days, get to X amount of body fat percentage. And now I feel like those are all done. Those are too easy, right? Like now it's like the goals I would have to be making, the resolutions I have to be making are less detailed in some ways. They have to be more holistic. And so I was trying to think about what those could be. Like I don't even want to say like
You're
practice
gonna end
X.
up like me. You're gonna end
Yeah,
up
right.
like me. You're gonna be like, "Oh, shoot, I've got like I wanna build X amount more muscle, and that's gonna take me 2 years." And then
Yeah,
you're thinking not just this year, but the year after. Oh, man.
right. It's all starting. It's starting. You
Gotcha.
know. So I'll see. I mean, there's definitely things I think like it's a very broad one, right? But like I want to play more trumpet, right? That's always a thing, but I have set myself up now this last year to now do that, right? Like, um, but I used to have ones where I want to read X amount of books. Like, not as interested in that. I guess you could say a big one, a goal slash resolution would be like get freaking promoted this next year. That will be like one that really kind of matters. Um, I think I want to focus a little bit more on building like the social network that I have. Like, I mean, I'm a super extroverted person and we have parties and poker nights and all sort of stuff, but like just getting like a really tight core. You know what I mean? Because right now we have a lot of like acquaintances, stuff like that, but like kind of center that in. Um, but yeah, man, I think that's it. I don't know. My fitness goals are becoming, too broad, too big time. I got to become like a pro bodybuilder. It takes years apparently.
Well,
And then I
that's
want
what
to, Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, would it ever be a possibility? I know you mentioned like, well, hey, I'll get the pro card and then we'll do the Yorton Cup and see how that goes. Like, but looking past that, would you is there do you think there's any possibility you'd wanna pursue that further? Like, do you think if you got the taste of doing a pro show, you saw how you stood up against the other guys on stage, like, do you think that that could spark a desire to keep pursuing the natural bodybuilding thing thereafter? Or do you think that it'll be like, "Well, we did exactly what we said we were gonna do, we got it done, it went
Mhm.
great, and now I wanna maybe do an endurance thing or something else." Like,
Yeah.
what do you think?
So I never want to say never, right? Because you never know. Um, I don't know though. I think if I'm looking at it objectively and logically, I think to get good at it, it would take it would have to be too much of a sacrifice, right? Like this kind of happened to me a couple years ago when I started getting better at chess. I realized if I really wanted to get better, the amount of time I'd have to spend on it, I didn't deem worth it. Um, I'm wondering if the same thing would happen with that. Like I love the fitness and I think it'd be great, but I also love endurance sports and those two things are not compatible. So I would have to choose one over the other. And so like I kind of want to somehow become elite, advanced, whatever at both of them. But like how much time do I wait, right? So like if say you get the pro card, say I want to do it and I'm like, okay, I'm going to give this a couple years. Those are a couple years that I'm now losing progress and time for another one. So like it might be one of those things where say I get the pro card, compete, get destroyed, whatever, and then I switch over and I really work on like the marathon or endurance running and really push for a goal of qualifying for Boston. Get that, and then after I've met like kind of like those benchmarks for those two, then I can say, okay, which one do I enjoy more? Like because I feel like I would have to get that because if I did that and I said, okay, I'm going to do bodybuilding for like the next 5 years and whatever, like I would almost have that feeling like I had this potential. I never lived up to it on the marathon. Like, so I kind of want to. I'm trying to balance both those, and I already feel weird like not signing up for the marathon next year. But it's almost like forcing me to get the pro card. Like it has to happen because if not, why did I not sign up for the marathon? So I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. I'm just
What-
thinking too, you could do something like, well, I guess it depends on what kind of outcome you wanted for either, but it could be like maybe like do the Yorton Cup, do the Boston Marathon, and then maybe after that, maybe you'd want to alternate between years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
This year I'll do a it'll be a marathon year, this will be a bodybuilding year, and
Yeah.
I mean, you can make an argument that that wouldn't be optimal for either, but it's like
Mhm.
kind of how you want to live your life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But
That's cool.
there's
What about you though? I mean, obviously, I'm assuming if you get the pro card, you're in it to win it, man. You're like going all the way.
yeah, I will if I get a pro card, then I will I'll keep training to get better and
Mhm.
do good as a pro. I have no idea how it would stack up. I don't think I think I've got above average genetics and I've
Mhm.
got a good deal of muscle, but I don't have the best genetics. So there's
Mhm.
always going to be people. Like I'll never, as much as I would love, it would be a dream to be like number 1 in the world.
Yeah.
It's like genetics wise, they can only be pushed so far.
Yeah.
So that being said, I do think what I would love to do is to take my physique as far as my genetics will allow. So I'd love to keep prepping and keep competing until I'm like in my 50s. I
Mhm.
honestly, I'd love that. Compete
Yeah.
I think every 3 or 4 years and see if I can get better every season. And then maybe when I'm in like my mid 40s, that might be like my best ever. It'll
Yeah.
be like mid 40s and then see if I can keep going to like mid 50s or longer if I'm still into it. But then there's other factors too, like lifestyle things, life changes can happen too. Like I mean, family stuff and work stuff
Mhm.
might derail plans and whatnot. So I'm going along with the ride, but as far as what I would like to do, I think it would be continue to compete like every 3 or 4 years. If I do get a pro card this year, then it will just transition to trying me trying to climb the pro ladder
Yeah.
as much as my genetic potential will allow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I know, I think it's crazy as you get older like this, like, the goals become longer, and also, like, the bodybuilding sport is an endurance sport too in the sense of, like, it's a longevity. I mean, there's a lot of time, you know? So I like your point about, you could take a couple years. Like, for me, I would have a hard time having, like, an improvement season of 3 years and not having, like, little mini things to do in between. I would just be like, "Oh, I guess I'll randomly do a competition just because." Like, I'd
Mhm.
randomly sign up for a powerlifting competition
That
just
is
because.
It's a good point. Like, the
Mhm.
long off seasons, they can be really tough. Like, for me,
Yeah.
the past 2 years, took, like, 2-year off season. Like, it's really hard because there isn't any of those, like, goalposts in the middle. It's just,
Yeah.
like, kinda, like, going on forever. I'm getting stronger. I think I'm building muscle, but it's kinda tough to see because I got all this body fat over top of the muscles. So I don't really know, but I'm getting stronger, so I'm trusting the process. I think it's happening, and it's, like,
Yeah.
all looking ahead to this next prep, which, I mean, when you're in the middle of the off season, it feels like it's light years away.
Yeah.
So that you're right, that part is tough. There's a lot of like natural bodybuilders that will do, or I don't know a lot of them, but it's relatively common that I've seen natural bodybuilders to do things like powerlifting competitions between seasons, like
Yeah.
as part of their off seasons, they change their training type, and you make an argument that, well, you're training for powerlifting, you're still building muscle. Maybe
Mhm.
it's not as optimal for pure bodybuilding
Yeah.
type training, but you're still making progress and you're making training fun in the mix of things. And then there is another kind of competition in between bodybuilding seasons to look
Mhm.
forward to. So, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing, like, yeah, I'm so new in the fitness journey. Like, obviously, I had, like, a decent baseline, I think, from you take your average person who's starting a fitness journey, like, did sports, the military, like, it wasn't, like, completely, oblivious to it all, I was just lazy. Um, but, like, let's call it 3 years of dedicated training. But, like, year 1, just dropped weight, got a lot of body fat gone, didn't really have a lot of muscle, right? Year 2, build as much muscle as I can while running, awesome. Year 3, it's like, get strong, but then now cut again. It's like, and I think the newbie gains are kinda gone, and so it's been interesting for me to try to, um, manage those expectations as well as understanding, like, technique. I think we've talked about this a lot, right? Like, the ego of wanting to lift heavy, but understanding that I'm lifting lighter weight, but I'm lifting it with more control, and that's just like a choice thing, and knowing that and being okay with that, being at peace with that. Like, we've talked about this with the running, like, the last couple runs that I've done at work, I am purposely going slow, and everyone I have this ego about me, I'm kinda confident, especially with fitness. I talk a lot of shit, and for me, just to take it easy is very difficult, but it's almost like we've talked about, it's like that's a skill within itself, to know that the hold myself back because it's not the goal right now. That's not the prize. So I'm interested to see kind of how my fitness journey keeps growing because I feel like it's almost like compound interest. Like, as I continue learning from my fitness and lifting and stuff like that, it's only going to get better. I'm only going to become stronger, more efficient, more optimal. Like, obviously, time, father time beats everyone, but there's different ways to even work around that. And all it's just working smarter, not harder. Because I'm really, like, thinking, if we're talking, like, long term, I'm thinking, like, in 5 years, what do I wanna be doing, and how much I like fitness right now, and do I want to do something with that with a career? Right? Like, and, like, not necessarily doing anything with it right now, but, like, I'm basically laying the foundation blocks of building credibility. I'm learning about myself, how I can help coach and mentor others, what kind of business I would want to do potentially, right? Like, so it's going to be interesting to see within the next couple of years. And these things I'm doing now, these hard things that I'm going through, are going to help shape, you know, those things. So, like, for all the music people out there, I marched 1 year of drum corps in 2009. It's like forever ago for a lot of people. We came in second. It was really, really good. That 1 year of doing that, like, I learned so much, and I can just name drop that and get that experience, right? Like, that one summer of experience could set me up. Like, same thing. So I'm trying to like learn from these things that I'm doing now to really set up my future goals and what I want to do. Because I don't know if I want to do fitness completely, but like something, you know what I mean? So that's kind of where I'm really thinking these next couple years. And that's like the bigger picture of it. Like no longer the small little carrot in front of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're building up an arsenal of different fitness skill sets that you'll be able to decide what you want to do with later on down the road. Well, it'll just give you more options,
Hmm, hmm.
more more skills to be able to do something with whatever you decide to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool.
So we will
So,
see. Yeah.
yeah. Well, we got
But
some I think we got some good plans, I think.
yeah, it's gonna be a good year for us. I think we both crushed 2025. We're both gonna epically crush 2026. We're both getting our pro cards. It's happening. We're gonna will it into existence. We are both prepping through Christmas, so that's a cool thing. That's a first. Well, for you, not for me. But honest, honestly, it is because I didn't really prep through Christmas last year, right? Let's just be honest. I kind of ate the Christmas cookies. Um, but yeah, for everyone out there listening, right? If you're on your fitness journey, I think we talked about this a couple episodes ago. We're getting into the holidays. We're right in it. You're in the thick of it right now. Start now. Start January 1st, whatever. Like, just keep on grinding with it. I think I'm a big New Year's resolution guy. Sam is not. He's just a big goal, slow burn kind of guy. I'm transitioning into Sam, like so much so that I'm doing like proper technique on lifts. It's kind of crazy. It's scary.
Man. Oh, man.
Um, but yeah, set some goals. I think goals are good for us. Probably good for you, the listeners out there. Fitness is awesome.
Let
Fitness is
us
the foundation.
let us
Good.
know in the comments what your New
Yes.
Year's resolutions goal, what your fitness goals are for 2026, and if you want to share any of your wins from 2025, please feel free to do so in the comments. And also, if you enjoyed the episode, give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. I think that was a really good summary, Zach. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you everyone for watching.